What is up, everyone? I'm Skratch. Welcome to the channel. This is another Raid Shadow Legends video. Guys, we have some juicy news. An upcoming Void Legendary Guaranteed event. We didn't have one of these in quite a while, so we're going to go over the champion in just a second. First, I do want to mention a couple of different events that will actually happen in the next couple of days. So basically, on Wednesday, November 29th, which is tomorrow, guys, we're going to have 3x on speed gear from the Dragon Slayer. This is the only time when it's worth it to farm the dragon if you are in the end game. If you're early game, mid game, definitely farm the dragon is going to be very important for you. But once you reach the end game and you've completed most of the content, the only time when you want to farm is when you have 3x on the speed gear. Honestly, it's nothing, no other reason to farm the Dragon Slayer. Then on Friday, December 1st, they're planning to launch a 3x event to drop Ogryn Tribes accessories from the Spider's Den. So, yeah, I'm not feeling that one. I'm not going to bother with that. I will drop probably my energy that I have saved up here on the dragon, most probably. So I'll be doing that, but I'm not going to bother with the spider for Ogryns because, yeah, they're the Ogryn Tribes, you know what I mean? Then, of course, how I mentioned, guaranteed event, guys. On Wednesday, November 29th, they're planning to launch a guaranteed champion event. Summon champions using Void Shards while the event is active, and you are guaranteed to get Valkanen by your 100th Void Shard. So, how you may notice, the only undead horde I'm missing is Valkanen. Stupid me, I opened 10 Voids today. That would have taken me closer to it. Right now I have 53. I would have had 63 out of the 100, which again, it puts me pretty far off from getting the guaranteed. Now, honestly, I'm not sure if I want to spend $100+ just to get this champion. He is pretty awesome. He looks super amazing as a design. And he hits pretty well, man. This skill not necessarily hitting extremely hard, but having the chance to block the revive and do all this stuff with the skill here is very nice. And this was actually a very strong skill with very good multipliers. The only problem is that this kind of transforms him into a sheep, at least at the moment. But once Polymorph will get nerfed, I feel like he will have a much better chance at being useful in the higher end arena. Other than that, he's actually very nice for other content. But let's quickly review a bit his kit. His HP is not the best, but pretty good attack, pretty good defense. Speed, again, he's a bit slowish. With A1 attacks an enemy, the attack ignores shields, has a 60% chance of increasing the duration of all debuffs on the target by 1 turn, also has a chance of applying a debuff spread effect, taking 2 random debuffs from the target and placing them on all enemies under Hex. Very nice for Hydra, right? Like, it's gonna be really helpful. Then the A2 attacks all enemies, fully booked will be on a 3-turn cooldown. This attack deals single target damage to each target individually rather than AoE damage. So this is a good skill to counter Duchess's passive, a good skill to counter most of the passives that the Hydra heads have as well with the AoE damage reduction. So it's pretty interesting. Before attacking, has a 100% chance fully booked of placing a Hex debuff on all enemies for 2 turns. Will ignore 20% of each enemy's resistance for each dead ally. So hopefully that's not going to be the case, right? Damage of this skill increases by 10% for each debuff on each enemy. So the more debuffs on them, the more damage, basically. This is actually a pretty decent skill. This one right here, on another note, is a bit of a weird one. Targets an ally. So it's basically going to target one of his allies. If the ally is alive, kills them and unlocks a secret skill, Malice Unleashed, which is the skill that I showed you before, the A4. Also places a weaken debuff for 2 turns and a true fear debuff for 1 turn on all enemies. These debuffs cannot be resisted or blocked, then fills this champion's turn meter by 75%. Now, unfortunately, the main thing that was happening here as well, at least at the moment with Polymorph being as it is for higher end arena, was instant Polymorph with all these debuffs not being blocked, not being resisted, you know? So it was pretty hard to keep him up to his full potential. If the ally is dead, heals this champion by 50% of the dead ally's max HP, sorry. If all allies are dead, also unlocks the secret skill Malice Unleashed. Places a shield buff on this champion for 2 turns. The value of the shield is equal to any surplus heal. If this champion already has a shield buff, the value of the shield is increased by any surplus heal. Then fills this champion's turn meter by 75%. And damage based on enemy max HP. So you're instantly gonna one-shot your ally, unlock the secret skill. This one right here attacks an enemy before attacking, steals all buffs. You don't need accuracy for it. If the target has attack equal to or higher than this champion's attack, this attack gains a bonus damage multiplier equal to the target's attack, not applicable to bosses. If the target's attack is less than this champion's attack, this attack will ignore 50% of the target's defense, guys. This is what really makes the champion to deal a lot of damage, plus ignoring all the rest of the things, block damage, unkillable, shield, ally protection, and places block revive if the target is killed. That's what is so good about this skill, you know. The passive is a massive wall of text, guys, and yeah, he does pretty interesting things. Like, look at all this. Basically, it's random, okay? But look at all the debuffs that he could potentially land, which is pretty damn crazy. And you have a speed aura for arena battles, 30%, guys. If you're asking me, is the champion worth 100 void shards? I'm kind of like in between, okay? So Third was 80. I find Third more impactful just generally in the game. Valkanen can be pretty good for Hydra as well. I'm not going to take that away from him. Paired with Sun Wukong constantly to kill him coming back to life, it can be pretty interesting. But he's usually targeting the lead, if I'm not mistaken. But either way, he's an interesting champion, and I'm 50-50 if I would go for him or no. And that's mainly because I was a dummy today. I opened 10 void shards. I have 53 left, so I need 47. I doubt it that from any miracle the clan boss will give me 47 void shards by tomorrow, guys. But yeah, I'll still decide till tomorrow. That was all for the video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Any of you guys interested to go for Valkanen or no? But that was all. Peace.